Welcome to Deep Thought. Open your mind to other viewpoints. And this is, of course, connected with the perception piece I did yesterday. You know what? One of the greatest things is to at least be open-minded to other ways of viewing things, right? Like one of the things I like on here is not so much someone disagreeing with me, though I respect a respectful disagreement on this particular site. Not as much of a patience on my main site, but I got a respect for it as long as it shows that the person is thinking. But I really like when somebody has a totally respectively presented viewpoint, because then it expands what I know. Because one of the things I learned this when I was young. I can't see everything. Everybody don't have the same viewpoint. But I want to learn other viewpoints. Like I will watch something and just listen to them as long as they present it intelligently. Because you can tune something out when they're very emotional and everything. But if they can like calmly say, okay, this is what I've seen. And as long as they don't act like it's universal, I'll be like, okay. All right, that's something to think about. And I've said that. Some people could attest to that. They'll say something. I'll say, oh, they gave me something to think about. Because I want it. Now, they don't mean I'm automatically adopt it, but I'm going to look at it. And see, the thing is, when you open other viewpoints, it gives you another set of eyes. Like I remember the other day. Now, I'm recording it. You know, I record these early, but I was talking with a young lady the other day, and she had a good perspective on the type. She gave me a good perspective on how women see men. See, that's one of the things. Like when on my main channel, I talk to a lot of women. And a lot of stuff I'm telling the men, I'm getting from the women because they give me a perspective on what they're looking at. And when I say talk to them, yeah, they can give you some bull, but they can give you some gems too. And I just weed through them. And I still share that. Yeah, even if it's something I don't necessarily agree with or even think it's some bull, I'll say, okay. And that's more in private, but I'll say, okay, let me look at that at least. Let me look at that. Let me see what I see, right? Because it's another viewpoint. I don't close my mind to it. See, there's a lot of times, and I've done this a lot. I'll share something and somebody say, oh, you're wrong. And I'm like, okay, so if I'm wrong, please intelligently tell me why I'm wrong and so I can correct myself. And they never can. Like that's one issue I do have. If you're gonna call out somebody or you're going to disagree with something, don't say, oh, you're just wrong. It's like, okay, please explain why. Right? Please explain why. Don't just say, oh, that's bad or not. That don't make sense. Okay, why doesn't it make sense? And just as an aside, just for me personally, I don't have a problem with correcting my viewpoint on something. I never did. Just please explain why. Just explain yours. In fact, you don't even have to try to correct me. Just explain yours. Let me know what you really think. And then I'm going to look at it and be like, okay. And I'll correct myself on my own. You know? But my mind is open to it. I don't go through the world. I think what I think is right is what works for me. But if somebody give me another viewpoint on the same thing, it can make it work for me better. Now, even if it's something that I will take in or I either take it in, listen to it, then research it and then determine, it don't work. That still expands your mind because then you know stuff. See, without getting too much into my background, let's just say it includes like presenting credible arguments, credible arguments. So you have to learn the other side. You have to, in fact, in the legal profession, that's a very important thing. The best attorneys, when especially court attorneys, trial attorneys, they really look at what the other side is going to do and their idea. Then you have a best way of defending it. But you got to open your mind to it. But the thing is, a lot of people are not open to other perspectives, how someone else might see something. A lot of people aren't. It's like my way or the highway. I'm right. And even if they wrong and everything. Now, it's not to say you not right. Now, you might be very correct, but you never know what that other perspective can give you, what it can do for you. Indeed, let me use my men's channel. I'm talking to men, primarily men, on how to get ladies. It was several women who gave me different viewpoints. Now, what if I said I ain't gonna listen to them? Which a lot of guys say I ain't gonna listen to them. I was like, no, I listen to them. Now, this don't say you automatically adopt the idea. You just listen. You listen, you investigate, and then decide whether to incorporate it into your consciousness. Very simple. You get the idea or you see something. It goes against your belief systems, but you don't just put it away. You just say, okay, hold up. Let me investigate this. And just personally myself doing that, there's some stuff I've added, I've incorporated. Some stuff I improved on, like some idea, somebody might see another angle to it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then some stuff I investigate, I look at back and forth and say, well, no, I can't go with that. Because one of the things when you want to hear several viewpoints. You're going to have them. What I do is investigate. Indeed, like on my men's channel, again, I'm using that as a great example today. I've told men, it was like, don't just take my word for whatever I'm saying. Go investigate. I've told people, I say, don't just listen. Go out there and see if it works for you. Because the reality is, I just have one viewpoint on like getting women or self-development. I just have one viewpoint. There got to be several. And I don't have a problem with that. This is just the one I use. And a person like listening should see if it works for them. If it don't work for them, I'll say, okay, well, you might have to check with somebody else. I don't get mad. You know, anybody who follow me there will see that I don't go in on other content creators. I was like, just, even when I disagree with them, which I do. I disagree with a lot, especially, that thing called game or a game. I'll use parentheses or strategies. I just use something different. But I respect it, though. And I still listen. My mind ain't open to it. I mean, my mind is open to it. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. Because, when you're going through life, the reality is none of us know everything. Not a single one of us. I've said that for myself. Once again, I'm not a guru on top of the mountain. I'm climbing. Some of y'all within shouting distance of me. Some of y'all within normal conversation. Some of y'all can whisper. But I'm still climbing too. I'm still learning. Indeed, I've said this publicly before. I'm gonna say it again. The day I can't learn something is the day I'll be ready to transition. I mean that. I want to keep learning. I want to learn something new. I love when I learn something new. It gets a brother hot. But my mind is open to it. I want to see the viewpoints. I want to see how somebody's dealing with something, what they think. I love knowing. I ask a lot of questions and stuff, And in fact, in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I've told guys, don't be afraid to read books. Don't be afraid to read books that have ideas that challenge yours. Because let me expound on that. When you have ideas that challenge yours, it actually makes your position stronger. It makes your position stronger because then it makes you really look at your ideas. Once you look at, okay, this is why it stands against this idea. It makes you look at yourself. But you still have to get that viewpoint. You still got to get it. So there's so many things you can do with someone. Like I said, it can enhance what you already got. It can make you change some false beliefs you have. It could just simply it could simply be a compliment to what you have. It means so many things. But you got to open your mind to it. Open your mind to other viewpoints. This is very key to getting through life. So that's all I got for now. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.